Hi, this is John from Final Cut Pro Classes. Today's tutorial is about using the magnetic mask to separate elements in your video clip from the rest of the clip so you can do some cool effects. A subscriber had asked me this question, so let me show you how it's done. So here I have two simple video clips of a party, and here if I scroll through these, you can see that there's some dancing, and this one there's some more dancing. So I'm going to use the magnetic mask to separate these two people from the rest of the clip. So I'm going to click on the clip, and I'm going to go to my magnetic mask, which is over here, and I'm going to click Add Magnetic Mask. So right away, a little eyedropper pops up right there. So I want to get this guy, so I'm just going to click him right here. And you can see the mask already sees where he is. Now, it's not perfect in some places, so that's when you can hit the Option key, and that little eyedropper turns into a minus sign, and you can sort of bring in that mask a little bit. Maybe I want to bring it in here and get that space in there. So now it looks pretty good. Maybe I'll bring it in a little bit on the ears, click a couple control points there. So now I'm going to ask it to analyze it. So I'm going to click the Analyze button here, and it's going to analyze the clip back and forth. So here it's doing backwards now. Okay, so it analyzed him. But now I want to also add her into the mask. So I want to get both of them. So I'm going to move the playhead up a little bit so I have a better picture of her. And I'm going to click this little plus button, which will add another magnetic mask. So now I can click her, and it's not perfect. And so I'm going to hold the Option key down, and you get that little minus. So I can bring in the mask a little bit. So that looks pretty good. And I'm going to say to analyze it, forward and backwards. So now it's going to look at that and analyze that second mask. So now I can see it got that guy that I didn't want in the mask, this guy right here. So I want to get him out. So I'm going to reset the mask, and I'm going to click her again, and I'm going to hit the minus sign where this guy's head pops up, and I'm going to hit the plus sign, or just let go of the Option key, where her dress is. And again, it gets this guy, so I'm going to hold the Option key down and bring that mask in so it doesn't include him. Okay, now I'm going to have it analyze it, forward and backwards, and it looks like the guy is out of the mask. Okay, so now I'm done. So I hit done, and now I have this clip here. And you can see it's nothing but what I've masked out. So to get the background back is pretty easy. You can just hold down the Option key and click on the clip that has the mask on it and drag it up one, and it's going to copy itself. So once it copies itself on the bottom layer, you want to take the effects off so that you see the background. So here I have the bottom layer clicked. I'm going to hit the magnetic mask, and I'm going to take it off. So now I get the background back. Looks like I dragged it over a few frames because I can see a shadow here. So I'm going to just drag it back. I'm going to put my snapping on so that it snaps back to the beginning. There. So now I have the background where it should be. So now you don't see any difference because the background has no effect on it yet. But now let's say I go to the effects palette and I get one of my favorite effects, comic looks, and I throw it in the background. So I'm going to take that and throw it in the background. And now you can see that the background is comic, but these two people in the foreground are not. So that's a cool effect. You could also take a background and put it in between those. So here I'm going to go to some backgrounds, and I'll just get something silly like this, and I'll just drag it underneath. So now I have this background. I can blow it up in the transform tool to cover the whole shot below. So now I have a funky background here. A lot of cool things you can do with that. You also have a feathering here. So you see this little line here. So here if I go to the magnetic mask on the top, and I go to the effects, I have a little feathering, so that could take out that line a little bit. You can see that line disappears now. So that's how you do the magnetic mask, separating the foreground from the background. Here, if I duplicate the clip first, so now I'm just going to disable this clip on the bottom, click on the top one, go to the magnetic mask. Now, I don't get the plus sign with the eyedropper because the transform tool is on here. So if I turn the transform tool off, then I get the magnetic mask controls. So I hit the plus sign, it already grabs him, but not her. So I'm going to just click over here, and now it grabs her. So that looks okay. Maybe I'll take a little bit off of here, and well, that looks pretty good. Maybe her hair a little bit. And I'm not going to get too crazy, and maybe I'll take this out. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to take it out. So now I've got the mask, and I hit Analyze, forward and backward. So now it's masked. I hit done and they'll go to black in the background. So there they are. They have the mask. Now all I have to do is turn on this track and I'll see the background. So if I enable it again or hit V on the keyboard, I'll see the background, and now I can put any effect in there. Maybe I want the background black and white. So I go to my effects palette, I go to color, I go to black and white, and I throw the black and white in there. So now you can see everything is black and white in the background, and they are in color in the foreground. And you can just keep throwing effects on here and find something that you like. So maybe let's see the Luma key here. I'm just going to drop that in and see what that does. So yeah. So the possibilities are endless, what you could do. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial about the magnetic mask and separating the background for some cool effects. Subscribe or like, and see you next time. Thank you.